Hey guys, Doom here. We have a new hotfix for Helldivers 2 right now, and it starts off with an apology that the wrong files for the Warbond weapons were shipped, and the misaligned scope bug made a new return, which was unfortunate. Uh, Two big things of note here is they're really addressing the double-edged sickle and the ultimatum, both of which are going to experience some changes here. The double-edged sickle is supposed to start with light armor pen and work its way up to medium. It will now do that essentially, and the ultimatum will no longer be affected by siege ready. So I'll start off as I scroll through this. Start off with the double-edged sickle here. The first iteration did AP3, which we know as like medium. I think it's medium pen. I can't really recall. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I don't do the big gun review things. And it would deal 50 damage to the player per second at 91% heat. That's the you're gonna die damage. And that would also catch you on fire. While the new system will work its way, because before it was 0 damage at low heat, it was 10, and then went straight to 50. And it dealt consistently 55 AP3 damage. Well, now it will start at AP2, which means it will not be as strong a pen as it was before at low heat. Then it will work its way to AP3, dealing the same 10 damage we're used to for self-damage. Then it will work its way into AP3 70 damage, a higher damage value than it used to be before, so it's going to be better on the high end. And then at 91% heat, it is going to deal 70 AP4 damage, and the same self-damage it used to deal. So the last double-edged sickle is still as lethal to the player as it used to be, but now it will allow you to deal even more damage and more penetration. So on the low end, if you play it safe, there's not much reward. But if you play it on the high end, it's going to be even stronger than it used to be. The ultimatum, though, which is a super powerful weapon, and they did address the fact that some players think it's too strong, and some players think it's fine the way it is. I think that's really important to at least let people know that. That's their thought process there. It's no longer going to be affected by Siege Ready Armor passive, which I agree was too strong, and Hellpod Optimization Booster, which I don't think it really was because we could only grab one magazine at a time anyways, because that's all you can grab. I mean, if you're completely dry, you're grabbing one magazine because you can't grab a magazine from the resupply to fully top you off because you can only grab one because your gun's unloaded. So Ultimatum gets a slight change so that Siege Ready is also a really strong armor set in general right now, so it doesn't need to be any stronger than it already is. I feel like it's a really, really strong armor set, and with the Ultimatum, it made it almost like a top pick, in my opinion. So now that we've got those guns out of the way, scope bug is fixed, supposedly fixed. I really hope it is. I haven't been on today. I just got up. That was very painful. People were like, "Why are my shots not landing? Why is everything felt good to use, but there was no camera recoil? And there's issues with you wouldn't see your gun swing properly when you swung your gun too far, but your shots would still land off center of the screen. If you swung your gun really hard and fired, they would land far left or far right. This should fix that. Fixed an issue where you could arm the B100 portable Hellbomb backpack when entering the FRB. Now that's actually funny. There's various crash fixes. I still need to check out because I'm having one right now where like I can't spam seekers on bug missions. It crashes me to desktop. I don't see anything about that in here. I will check it out again and see if the crash occurs or not. And also, it looks like they fixed an issue with objective terminals becoming non-interactable, and it was a level generation issue. This was the issue where hellpods were floating in the air or underground. I saw a little bit of this. Thankfully, it didn't can any of my operations, and I was totally fine. But this patch mainly addresses the ultimatum and the last double-edged sickle, which I would argue right now, personal opinion, if you're going to run fire armor, it's even stronger than it used to be. The ultimatum, on the other hand, gets knocked down a peg is it gets a little bit less ammo. And they might actually sit back and wait and make little changes and see what happens. And I'm honestly surprised they're giving the double-edged sickle AP for it. They could have easily just left that at AP3, and it gained 15 more damage above 50% heat. So it's gonna be really hard to not use that gun, but you're gonna have to use fire armor. The self damage is gonna be absolutely insane. With the fact it deals 20 damage per second at 50 to 90% heat, I think even with fire armor, you're going to start taking damage at 50% heat, whereas before, you were resisting it because you were only 10 damage per second to players. With the fire armor, you took no damage until 90% heat. That won't be the same anymore. You will start taking damage a lot faster, but you're, once again, fire armor, you're going to resist a vast majority of it. So this will be some interesting changes. I'm glad to get on. I'm glad to try and get on and possibly make a double-edged sickle video, because now it's super strong. I got to get a buddy of a stem pistol shooting at my back and see how well that works. Peace out, guys. This is a little bit longer because I had to talk about some balance and some theory crafting with these items here, even though it's a small patch. The big thing is the camera bugs fixed. So peace out. I'm gonna get back to diving, making videos, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys later.